Thursday night, and there's a lot of news on the coronavirus tonight. A new report on how long immunity might last in some cases. But President Biden also making news tonight, asking the U.S. intelligence community to, quote, redouble their efforts to investigate the source of the virus. Did the virus jump from animals to humans, or did it escape from China's Wuhan lab? And why the sudden push to redouble efforts? What does U.S. intelligence show already? Here's our senior White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, tonight.
Tonight, President Biden
to humans thus far.
Thus far not.
At what point in time would it become more likely it came from the lab if we don't find an intermediate animal host? How much longer?
I don't think we can give a time element on that, Senator, for the simple reason we still have not yet confirmed what the host is from Ebola. We know that Ebola jumps from an animal reservoir to human, and it's been many years now since the original Ebola outbreaks, and we haven't yet nailed that.
But Fauci saying he supports an investigation into the origins of COVID.
As I've said, I still believe that the most likely scenario is that this was a natural occurrence, but no one knows that 100% for sure. And since no one absolutely knows that, I believe we do need the kind of investigation where there's open transparency.
In March, the World Health Organization determined it was unlikely the virus emerged from a lab. But earlier this week, the Wall Street Journal reported that 3 Chinese workers in that Wuhan lab were hospitalized with flu-like symptoms in November of 2019, 1 month before China reported its first case of COVID. Just 24 hours ago, the White House said the World Health Organization should lead any further investigation. Today, reporters asking what changed.
What has changed is he wants to give another 90 days to dig a little deeper, to double down, to double down their efforts, and that is what he's asking for.
So let's get to break to Mary Bruce at the White House tonight, and Mary, the president, very firm on this today, asking U.S. intelligence to, as you reported there, redouble efforts were his words. They're aware, though, that there are many questions that remain on all of this. We saw some of those questions just today on the Hill with Dr. Fauci. Of course, lawmakers want to know when we'll know, if we'll know. Was it an animal or was it the lab?
And David, it's unclear what exactly they're going to be able to uncover in just 90 days. But we have seen these growing questions about whether that Chinese lab was somehow involved. Now, pressed today on the timing of this announcement, the White House insists it has nothing to do with reports of those Chinese lab workers being hospitalized. But what is clear, the Biden administration is now giving this lab theory a serious second look. David?
Mary Bruce at the White House tonight. Mary, thank you. There was another late headline today about how long protection after having the virus lasts. If you've had COVID and then got vaccinated, there is really encouraging news tonight about what the cells in your body will likely remember and the powerful immune response. And what about those who didn't have the virus but who got fully vaccinated? What Dr. Fauci said about boosters today. And all of this comes as America now faces a big test, the big Memorial Day holiday. 37 million Americans expected to travel. Vaccinations, by the way, now offered at a number of airports, including this one in Rochester, New York. More than 164 million Americans have had at least one dose, just about 59% now of everyone 12 and older. Here's ABC's Whit Johnson tonight.
Tonight, Americans on the move. 37 million expected to travel this Memorial Day weekend, up 60% over last year. The TSA planning to screen about 6 million air travelers, the most since the start of the pandemic. Some New York airports now offering vaccines on site.
We're trying to get as many people as we possibly can to get injections and make it as convenient as possible.
Half the U.S. adult population now fully vaccinated, but health experts insist it's no time to let up.
If you are vaccinated, you are protected, and you can enjoy your Memorial Day. If you are not vaccinated, our guidance does not change for you. You remain at risk of infection. You still need to mask and take other precautions.
States going all out with huge incentives. Tonight, Ohio just hours away from announcing the first winners of its Maximilian jackpot and college scholarship. And now New York giving away 50 free rides to state colleges, room and board included.
For a parent, you're worried about paying college tuition? Tell your 12 to 17-year-old and go out, get a shot.
With questions about how long protection against COVID could last, 2 encouraging new studies suggest people who recovered from the virus had some immunity long after antibodies faded, even a year later. Researchers found cells in the bone marrow still remembered the COVID infection. Experts now suggest the vaccine might give a supercharged immunity to people who had the virus. It's still unclear when Americans will need a booster. Dr. Anthony Fauci today asked about booster shots on Capitol Hill.
I don't anticipate that the durability of the vaccine protection is going to be infinite. It's just not.
Right.
So I would imagine we will need at some time a booster. I believe we will need a booster. I'm not exactly sure when.
Once again today, hearing about the potential for those boosters. Whit Johnson with us tonight from the Westchester County Airport in New York, where they're giving out those vaccination shots tonight. And with experts say these studies provide more evidence that even if you've already had the virus, that you'll get even more protection if you get the vaccine. And I want to mention you've got your mask on because you're inside the airport, and of course those are still the rules. Exactly, David. Airport rules, gotta wear the mask. But going back to those studies for a moment, they show that you have some level of protection up to a year later. And experts tell us that for those people who've already been infected, getting the vaccine almost acts like a booster shot, turbocharging those antibodies so they can last much longer. David, it's really encouraging to hear today. Whit Johnson, thank you. Meantime, in the Northeast at this hour, we're tracking severe storms as we're on the air tonight. The potential for dangerous storms from Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia up to New York. Potentially heavy rain and straight
Hey, y'all see that?
winds are possible up to 70 miles per hour.
You see that? I told you that bullshit. That wasn't no goddamn just some fucking virus. Yeah, they was fucking around, open a can of bullshit. That's what happened. They there fucking around trying to. Well, you seen it for yourself. You know damn well that's what it was. I've been saying that shit. I've been saying that shit. They can't seem to leave well enough the fuck alone. Stupid, man. Now everybody's sick. Now you run around here making it seem like everybody nasty and shit. They just nasty. Since when?
Next tonight, possible break tonight in the string of BB or pellet gun shootings on the freeways in Southern California.
Man, I'll get back with y'all. Hear me?
100 car windows have been blown out, shattered in just a matter of weeks as drivers were on the freeway. Tonight, news of an arrest in ABC's Will Carr from Los Angeles. Tonight, the suspect under arrest for allegedly